Hey everyone, it is Tuesday, January 6th, 2015. This is Talk to Me Tuesday, number 169. Welcome to the new year. I hope everyone had a very happy and safe welcoming in of the new year. As for yours truly, I was at work New Year's Eve night, which is fine by me because I do not get into all the partying and hoopla of the new year. In fact, I don't even watch the ball drop anymore because the last time I watched it, I have to say I was rather disappointed. I'm used to the sparks and the fireworks, and it seemed to be a little more extravagant. Last time I watched it, the ball came down, it settled at the bottom, a sign lit up, and I was like, that's it. That's all. So, excuse me. Yeah. So now I just look at my watch or a clock and say, oh, okay, it's a new year, and carry on as usual. But anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed theirs. So as far as the new year, this is the time of year that everyone is making their list of resolutions and goals for what they hope to accomplish during the year. As for yours truly, I do not do New Year's resolutions. My philosophy is if I'm going to change something in my life, I'm going to do it at a time when the timing is right and I'm ready to do it. Not because I made a promise at the beginning of the year that I was going to change something. So no New Year's resolutions. As far as goals are concerned, I do try and keep mine to a minimum, especially when it comes to crafty goals, because as it is, I have to steal crafting time sometimes. I work night shift, so my life is completely different than anyone else's, and the amount of time that I get for crafting sometimes is very, very limited. In fact, last year I had two goals in mind. One goal that I had in mind was that whatever I chose to gift to the family for Christmas be done in time for them to receive it at Christmas and not 3 months later. I did feel a bit of a crunch towards the end, but I achieved that goal. The only thing I want to change about that this year is to figure out what I'm going to do well enough in advance that I can spread it out over months instead of one or two. So that's my goal this year for that. The other goal that I had was to actually start and finish a knit sweater. I have crocheted several sweaters for myself, but I have had never knit one. I had several starts to knit sweaters for myself, but never any finishes. I did accomplish that goal last year. I'm very pleased with that. If I do it again this year, I'll be happy. If I do two sweaters, I'll be even happier. So we'll see what happens. You never know. As far as other goals I have in mind, one of those goals is to knit my first pair of gloves, which once I'm done with the project I'm working on will be the next thing I cast on for. Another goal I have is to take this here nice book I have and record everything that I do. If it's sewing, paper piecing, knitting, crocheting, whatever it is, to put it in this book here. I had another one, and I'm going to use that for notes for something else, and I'll tell you what notes in just a few minutes. But I want to make sure to keep everything. I have a Ravelry page. I should be taking pictures and putting it up there, but I don't necessarily think about it, and sometimes it's gone before I even think to take pictures, so it is what it is. But that's another thing I really need to work on is, getting things posted to my Ravelry page more frequently. Let's see, what else do I have in mind? Videos. My one goal that I have is to definitely try and get videos up and posted by Tuesday. I usually record them Tuesday morning and edit and upload them Tuesday evening. Once in a while that does not happen. Weather can factor in, how I feel can factor in. Batteries have been an issue lately. So, but that is my goal, to try and make sure that my video is up by Tuesday evening at the latest. And speaking of videos, I would like to set a goal of not just watching people's videos, but commenting more frequently. A lot of times when I'm watching them, I'm getting ready for work, or I'm at work, and it doesn't provide me the opportunity to be able to comment. So I am going to use the other notebook I was keeping track of projects in to, if I'm at work, jot down notes. If I'm watching and I've got a second to grab a pen at home and jot down a couple notes so when I have a few minutes I can go back to that video and comment on it. That is what I'm going to do. So let's see. I think my number one goal for this year, though, is to learn how to spin. I was gifted a spindle and some absolutely beautiful fiber. So my number one crafting goal for this year is to actually learn how to spin fiber. There's 3 different weights I use the most: sock weight, sport weight, and a light worsted weight. So I will probably be asking those of you who spin out there how I would achieve spinning to each of those different weights, because that is my goal. And if I can actually spin some yarn out of the beautiful fiber I have and make something with it, well, that'll be a plus. So other than that, I can't really think of anything. I feel like I've forgotten something. Well, you know, maybe that should be one of my goals, is to actually make notes to myself about what I want to say so that I don't forget. But I think it's more fun for you to sit here and watch me really wonder, right? Anyway, so let's get on with what I have to share crafting. I cannot share the video with you yet of the things that were gifted to a couple other recipients. I know the one person did receive hers. The other person, though, because of circumstances beyond their control and having a lot of other things to do, did not get the opportunity to go pick theirs up. So you will probably see that video next week. As for what I've done or I'm working on, the one thing I'm working on is another pair of socks. And you would think after the socks from Christmas, I wouldn't want to be doing any more socks, but it is what it is. I actually find working on a pair of socks can be rather relaxing when I'm not crunched for time. So the pattern I'm working on comes from the book 2 at a Time Socks. I think I showed this a while ago. I am going to butcher the name all to you know what, but the name is Belle Epicue or something to that effect. And there is the socks that they did. It's actually done with a size 2 or a 2.75 needle, and it is a merino superfine. I am actually using the yarn that I bought, the mill end yarn I showed in the haul that I had a while back. It is a baby sport weight, actually. It is the same exact weight as the big ball of gray that you'll see in that video as well. So here it is. First sock is done. I love the pattern. Hopefully you can see it really well. And spread it out just a little bit. But there's the pattern. It's beautiful. I've adjusted it for the number of stitches that I wanted, and of course for the fish lips kiss heel. And I love it. It's a lot of fun. It's a very soft yarn, and it's a very comfortable sock. And I'm actually on the heel of the other sock. And I do use my Hayas for the cuff of the sock. I use 2 of my DPNs for the heel. And then when I go into the foot, I actually use my long circular. So I carry 3 different needles with me when I'm working on socks, but it's what I'm comfortable with. It's what I do. So this will hopefully be done tomorrow, and I can get started on my gloves. So looking forward to that. The only other thing I have to share with you is the last block from the PPV or paper piecing vintage that went on during the 2014 year, and here it is. And I absolutely love it. This was a very, very simple block as well. It was 2 pieces. And I love the fact that she actually took these vintage piece patterns and turned them into paper piecing, because I would not be cutting all these separate pieces. No. So I have started to look through my fabric that I had left of what I received from Crystal, aka Clumsy Cord. And I have an idea of what I want to do, and I'm going to show you with another block. This is the sashing I want to do. Not, of course, in these colors. Thank you. I want the sashing like this with these little corner blocks. Now, I have a feeling I know what I need to do to cut it. I want the sashing completed to be 1 inch wide. So when the 2 blocks come together, you have a total of 2 inches of sashing between each. And I think that'll be enough, because I don't want to take too much away from these blocks. So I believe that these little corner blocks If I cut the sashing to 1.5 inches, which will give me the 1/4 inch seam allowance on each side, and a finished 1 inch in the width of the finished sashing, then these little blocks should probably measure 1.5 inches square. I'm thinking. If I'm wrong, someone please tell me, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. But if I'm wrong, I would appreciate someone telling me. That would be absolutely fantastic. I do know that the strips themselves have to be cut. The unfinished block here is 6.5 inches. I need a 1/4 of an inch on either side for joining. So if somebody can tell me, I knew what I was thinking, I lost it. So if you can tell me what the length of that should be, you know, that would be great. Anyway, because this will be the first project I really want everything to come out as close to spot on as possible. So anyway, so if anyone can tell me these are the measurements, point me in the direction of a tutorial or whatever, that would be great. Same thing with the spinning. If you can just point me in the direction of a tutorial that shows me how to go about spinning to the different weights of yarn, or you can help me yourself, that would be great. Other than that, this video is already over 11 minutes long. I don't want to keep you any longer than that. I do want to say once again, Happy New Year. I hope it's a better year for everyone, myself included. And I look forward to seeing everybody's, you know, this is what I hope to do this year. I already watched Erin give me yarn 418s, and let me tell you, you know, that girl is just amazing. I listened to all the things that she had planned for last year, and out of 14, there were only 2 she did not complete. And let me tell you, because she exceeded almost all the other ones by a large margin, I think that makes up way, way more than makes up for what she didn't complete in the other 2. So I have a lot of things I want to do this year. I'm thinking of just taking a little section in this here book and saying, you know, making a list of some of the things that I want to do. You know, but we'll see. Anyway, long enough, wrap it up. We're hitting almost 13 minutes, so sorry about that. As I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted by my batteries dying on me, I do look forward to watching everyone's videos. I do hope you all have a wonderfully crafty week and a wonderfully crafty weekend. As for me, I'm out. I'm going to go get some sleep because I have to get up. I have work tonight. As for you, it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, whatever it is. I really do hope it's a great one. I will see you all next week, and hopefully with batteries that won't die. Who knows? Anyway, see you then. Bye.